Good morning, everybody. You know, that looks really cool with the sun shining down like that. I just was thinking about rudeness this morning and rude people. And it was ironic that I turned on Coast to Coast AM. The first guest they had on there, they'd been talking about rude people. And the synchronicity was too much, so here I am making a video about it. But I think as a society, we treat each other a lot more rudely than we used to. And I know that the internet is part of it, but I don't think it's the main cause. I think we've learned to distance ourselves from people. And in the old days, let's say, 100 years ago, people were mobile, they had cars and they could get around, but they were still pretty much trapped in their own environment. And they had that resonating echo chamber that they could speak what they believe and the people around them would support them. And nowadays, if a person makes a statement, they have to prove themselves. And people ask for proof, they ask for, they want a little more truth than just saying, well, this is the way it is. So when you confront them with that, they get angry about it and become rude and hostile. And I've learned that's a really important part of my life, and that's how I that's how I remain neutral, is by realizing when I get angry about something and just looking at it for what it is and looking at myself for who I am. So if I get angry about something, I analyze it and think, why did I get angry? And I process it and do the best I can to change my behavior in the future, to not warrant that type of rudeness. I have a friend who, see, in day-to-day life it's different. You can be rude to someone on the internet by, ranting and raving to them, but when you're in person, up close and personal, it's harder. But a lot of people still do it, and I know a guy who used to basically throw the money at the toll bridge guy because he couldn't handle the fact that he had to pay a toll. And I say, hey, well, don't blame the guy. No, don't kill the messenger. But people just don't know who to blame. They don't know who to get angry with. This is in the same situation as people being rude just to politicians in general, just because they're involved in politics, or people just hating religious people in general because they're religious, or atheists in general because they're atheists, and being rude to them out of either spite or angst, or perhaps just discomfort with a different viewpoint. But we have to deal with it, folks. We all have different viewpoints here, so knocking people down for what they say or their belief systems or any type of societal behavior is not conducive to moving forward as a species. And I understand it. I understand how easy it is to get wrapped up in day-to-day life. Not only that, but you've got a lot of belligerent people, a lot of people who don't know how to express themselves any other way except through rudeness. And I think that all it really takes is for a person to have empathy for one another. And it seems pretty self-explanatory and simple, but it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem like people understand what empathy really is. And I'm willing to admit that I've made some mistakes in the past, and I'm willing to admit that I've been, had some thoughts that weren't true and whatnot. But I try as hard as I can not to be rude to people. And I am still sometimes, but I try really, really hard not to be. And I think we can all try a little bit harder, because rudeness is killing us. Peace.